Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos. Martin Gray's world in Port Charles is rarely calm, and the latest twist comes from a phone call that no one expected. The smooth-talking lawyer has always prided himself on staying a few steps ahead, navigating between shady deals and legitimate business with his usual charm. But this mysterious call changes the game. It's not just about another client in trouble, not just a case where he can work his magic. This is a call that rattles him to the core. Viewers noticed it immediately. Martin doesn't get flustered easily, yet as soon as he picked up, his expression shifted. His tone dropped. Whatever he heard clearly wasn't routine. Now the big question is, who was on the other end of that line, and why does it seem like Martin is about to make a bold move that could shake all of Port Charles? This isn't the kind of casual phone chat he'd normally have about alimony payments or corporate paperwork. No, this one had weight. The kind of weight that leaves ripples spreading far beyond Martin's office. If history has taught us anything, it's that when someone in Port Charles receives a call like that, secrets are about to be exposed. Alliances will start to crumble, and choices made in the shadows could explode in the daylight. Martin's reaction tells us plenty without him even saying much. He's nervous, guarded, maybe even a little desperate. Why? Because whoever's behind that call knows something, and Martin is cornered. Think about his recent behavior. He's been juggling loyalties, trying to keep Lucy at arm's length while also protecting his own secrets. He's tried to shield her from messy business. But Lucy is no fool. She's starting to sense cracks in his calm exterior. Now throw this phone call into the mix. If Martin thought he could control the narrative, he may be in for a rude awakening. Let's explore some possibilities. One theory is that the call came from an old associate, someone from Martin's past who isn't content to stay buried. Martin has reinvented himself many times, but you can only bury skeletons for so long before they start rattling loudly. An ex-client, maybe, or someone tied to his murky dealings before he settled in Port Charles. Imagine if that person is threatening to expose something Martin desperately needs to keep under wraps. That would explain the look of sheer discomfort. It's one thing to manage the present, but Martin may soon realize that the past doesn't like to stay quiet. Another angle is business-related. Martin's recent ventures have put him in tricky positions. He's aligned himself with powerful figures, sometimes willingly, sometimes out of necessity. Could this call be about one of those alliances going sour? Port Charles is filled with dangerous players. If Martin is suddenly in debt to the wrong person, or if one of his strategies backfired, that could easily push him into a corner. This would force him to take risks he'd normally avoid, and bold risks are rarely clean in this town. A single wrong step and he could drag down more than just himself. Of course, there's also the possibility that this phone call connects directly to Lucy. Their relationship has been tested repeatedly, and trust has been fragile. Lucy wants honesty. She wants to feel like Martin isn't hiding anything. But the irony is that hiding things is exactly what Martin does best. If this caller holds information that Lucy could use against him, or information that proves he's been keeping her in the dark, then Martin's whole personal life could implode. Imagine Lucy finding out that Martin isn't the man she thought he was. Not entirely. It wouldn't just break her heart. It could make her turn on him completely. Lucy is no stranger to bold moves herself. So if she decides Martin betrayed her, she could easily retaliate in a way that ripples across Port Charles. We've seen her fiery side before. She doesn't take kindly to lies, especially from someone she trusted. And if Lucy were to ally herself with Martin's enemies, intentionally or not, that could be devastating. The phone call may have put Martin in the impossible position of choosing between protecting his secrets and protecting his relationship. Either way, someone's bound to get hurt. There's also the idea that this call links back to the Cassadines, because in Port Charles, that family is rarely far from drama. Could Martin have ties to them that we don't fully understand? He's been around long enough to establish connections that remain off-screen. The kind of relationships that only surface when convenient, or when someone decides it's time to use them for leverage. If a Cassadine or someone working for them was on that phone, then Martin may be caught in a web much darker than he ever expected. Those ties are dangerous, and they always demand a price. We also can't ignore Valentine's place in all of this. He's already entangled in enough shady dealings, and Martin has been in his orbit before. If the phone call was somehow connected to Valentine's world, then Martin might be facing a decision that links him to much bigger battles. In that case, the bold move could be less about personal secrets and more about choosing sides in a war that's already brewing. And choosing sides in Port Charles is never simple. Every alliance comes with consequences, every deal with strings attached. The phrase bold move is worth lingering on. Martin isn't the type to rush into reckless action. He usually thinks things through, weighing options, ensuring he doesn't lose control. So if he's pushed into making a bold move, it means something serious is at stake. Something worth risking his career, his relationships, maybe even his safety. That's not a small thing. And when someone like Martin takes such a leap, it usually shakes everyone around him. The fallout could extend to Lucy, Valentine, Laura, and beyond. Imagine the possible scenarios. Martin could be forced into exposing someone else's secret just to protect his own. That would instantly put him on someone's hit list. He could also try to double-cross the person on the other end of the call, which would be even more dangerous if he miscalculates. Or he might decide to confide in Lucy, thinking honesty will save him. But by doing so, he risks losing her trust completely. Every option comes with consequences, and none of them are clean. The mystery caller's identity is the key. If it's someone from his past, we could see shocking revelations about who Martin really is. If it's someone powerful in Port Charles, then we're looking at a new alliance or feud that will redefine the landscape. And if it's someone unexpected, and let's be clear, Martin may look calm on the outside, but his bold move is already in motion. He knows he can't ignore the call. He knows he can't pretend it didn't happen. He has to respond, and his response will be loud, even if it starts quietly. The choices he makes in the next few days could define not only his future, but also the future of people around him. Lucy, for instance, may find herself swept up in this drama, whether she wants to or not. If Martin chooses to involve her, she becomes a target. If he tries to shut her out, she'll only dig deeper. Either way, her curiosity and determination will put her right in the center of the storm. And once Lucy gets involved, the whole town usually feels it. Another ripple could reach Laura. Martin's connection to her family through Cyrus has always been a point of tension. If this call somehow relates to Cyrus or any lingering business with him, then Laura's world could also be shaken. Martin may not want to pull Laura into the mess, but he may have no choice if family ties resurface in ugly ways. The beauty of this setup is how open-ended it is. A simple phone call becomes the spark for endless possibilities. And that's why viewers are buzzing. They know that Martin isn't just another background character. He's woven into the fabric of so many storylines. His decisions matter, and this bold move will not go unnoticed. It's also worth considering how this could reshape Martin's image in town. Until now, he's been the clever lawyer, the smooth operator, the man who stays just clean enough to function. But what happens if the phone call drags him into the mud? If his secrets start spilling, Port Charles may see him in a whole new light. Allies may turn into enemies, clients may abandon him, and Lucy may walk away for good. Martin's carefully curated life could unravel faster than he ever imagined. And if he survives it, then we'll see a new Martin. A hardened version. A man who had to fight his way out of a corner and came back swinging. That kind of transformation doesn't happen often, but when it does, it leaves scars. And those scars shape the stories for years to come. So, as we watch Martin navigate this phone call and its aftermath, one thing is clear. The calm is over. The storm is here. And the bold move he's about to make will ripple across Port Charles in ways none of us are ready for. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel for all of your updates.